It's going to be so
But
great.
5 pages?
It's going to be good. It's the
Christ.
5th page does not count. It's the link. You
Okay,
love
pray for me.
Remember that you love me.
I love you so much. I do.
You love me so much that you want to murder me. What are you doing? What have you been up to? How are you?
I'm drinking. We're on episode 3 of the recording today. I'm great, honestly. I recently, talking about too many projects that I put myself on, I recently got my 4th degree in music. So I thought, you know what a great thing would be to do after that would be my 200-hour yoga certification. So that's what I've been in the middle of doing recently. How are you?
Can't stop, won't stop. Just can't stop.
I legitimately do not know how to stop. My therapist is mad at me, and I'm working on it by ignoring my problems.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah, that works. You know, I'm sure many of us can relate to that. I know I can. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the wedding. I've got workaholic syndrome. It's fine.
Yep. I feel like, though, because we're mass recording these before, so I can take some time off for the wedding, but I feel like we're cramming, wedding stuff is a full-time job in and of itself. And
it really
we're
is.
also, it's insanity. It's insane. I don't know how people do it. It's craziness, but we're doing that and we're doing house renovations on top of it. So most of the house like 99.98% of the house renovations will be done in a week, and the wedding.
Oh, wow.
I feel like
That's so nice.
I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself. I'll have time to like actually prepare notes and clean, and oh my gosh, I have to tell you something. I'm going to confess it to you. It's okay. I'm so lazy. So I only have one pair of sheets for our bed because we bought a king size bed a couple years ago. Yeah, right. Okay, that's not the confession.
I bought expensive sheets. I only had enough money to buy one pair.
But I'm so lazy. I don't like changing my sheets. I don't like changing my sheets and washing them and putting the bed back in the same day. Like, I can't do it. I've tried so many times that I spent way too much money. I can't even tell you, on 2 more pairs of sheets and duvets.
I'm so proud of you. Oh my God. That's so smart.
And 3 duvets, so that now when I have to change my sheets, I will change them more often. And yes, I know that's gross and I apologize already, but I'll change them more often, and then I can throw them in the laundry and then just put a new pair on and not have to wait for them to be washed.
So my problem with that is because I only have 1 pair of sheets. I do wash them like every other week because I'm just me and I don't sleep with a sweaty boy. So I'm fine.
Yeah. Sweaty boy.
But I have this little washer thing that I use. And it's basically a really big salad spinner. But what that means is I don't have a dryer. So I have to air dry my sheets, which is fine in summer. But right now it's winter. So I've definitely had to go to bed with wet sheets before. And let me tell you right now, don't.
Oh, no.
Because I thought that I did it in enough time. And I had my fan on it. I had spread them out. There was one hanging on my bathroom shower rod, one hanging out here next to the radiator. And I thought that I had given it enough time to dry. And it was still just like the littlest bit damp. And I like crawled into bed and I went, oh, this is worse.
Ew, I feel like you'd get a cold from it or something. You'd wake up and just be like,
I had like 5 blankets on, and I'm always sniffly because every season is my allergy season.
Same,
so like,
girl.
Who knows?
I feel like we won today. We're done. It's all good. We won.
Okay, bye everyone. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next week.
Have a really great day. Yeah, bye. Hey everyone, my name is Ellen.
And my name is Alyssa.
And this is the Modern Singer Podcast.
Today we are talking all about how to create your teaching studio. Teaching voice lessons is a very flexible and lucrative option for singers because it allows you to continue performing or go to school while you're still making money. It's one of our best options. You get to make awesome money during a short period of time, and you can easily reschedule or cancel lessons when you have a conflict or a gig. I actually taught free voice lessons right before we started recording today. And I definitely have had to work with students before for gigs and rehearsals. And I build it into my lesson contracts that I can, like, if I have something come up, they know that things are going to change. And it's definitely something I would recommend.
Though there are many music studios where you can teach, creating your own private studio allows you to make more money and have more control over your schedule. Of course, starting your own schedule requires you to find students, deal with payment, and handle difficult students and or parents. So a private studio is a little bit more work than showing up to a studio as an independent contractor, but it's an option worth considering.
The first step to opening your own studio, build a website. A lot of people turn to the internet first when they're searching for a voice teacher. To get started, you can use a website builder, build a website from scratch, or hire a web developer. But it all depends on your skills and your budget. I definitely recommend starting with a website builder. It costs a little bit of time and money, but you end up with a super attractive and high quality product. I personally use Wix when I'm building sites for myself or my clients, but other popular and user-friendly options are Squarespace and Weebly, among others. When you're designing your website, share as much information as you can, but always make sure that you're only sharing what you're comfortable with. You can share things such as your prices, contact information, a teaching philosophy, and lesson etiquette that you expect from your students. Definitely include your education and teaching experience, as well as some photos or videos of you teaching or maybe performing. These elements are so important for potential students who may come across your website, as it helps you stand out from other teachers. As you're building your website, think about what you would want to see or what you would want to know as a student to help you choose a new teacher, and start to add those details. Be sure to pick and buy an easy and memorable domain name. We talked about it before and we'll talk about it again. But if a future student can remember your domain name without having to write it down, then you might actually be able to get more business. Feel free to connect your artistic website with your studio website as well, because students love seeing your active success as a performer.
One of the next steps is to find your teaching space. When creating your private voice studio, you'll need to decide where you want to teach. This does not mean that you have to teach at only one location. You can offer in-home lessons, teach at your own home, or rent a space at a church or your school, as long as there's a working and in-tune piano at that location.
Honestly, I use a keyboard app on my phone and I sit in this chair and I teach Zoom lessons. Like, you can literally
Right?
teach lessons anywhere with anything.
Yep, as long as it's in tune, whether that's your iPad or your
Can you
phone.
imagine playing it on an iPod though?
Oh my God. Hit play. Hey, you don't need a metronome when it's pre-recorded.
This is true. This is true.
Whichever you decide, consider the cost that each option may require. For example, teaching in-home lessons requires driving from house to house, so you may want to add a travel fee or raise your lesson prices just to help set off these costs of gas and the time spent driving around. If you're teaching from home, you'll maybe want to have your house to be clean, make sure it's comfortable for your students. This maybe means offering water, internet, and a comfortable seating spot for your students or their parents. Keeping your space at a comfortable temperature is a nice touch, and just making sure restrooms are available if anyone needs to use the bathroom. If you can find a space at a church or school, you'll probably have to pay to rent the space by the hour or by the day, so just make sure to factor that expense into your lesson prices. Whichever space you choose, you ultimately need to find what works best for you, whatever fits into your lifestyle, your budget, and your business.
Scope out your competition. This might sound a little crazy, but you always want to know who you're competing with as a business. Determining your lesson prices primarily depends on your competition and your area. So for me in New York, they're going to be a lot more expensive than for Ellen in Arizona. Research the other local music studios and find out what they're charging for similar services. When you're first starting out, you might want to offer slightly lower prices than the competition or offer discounted specials so that you can get your studio up and running. Sometimes getting those first students might require a little bit of an incentive. You can always raise your prices once things take off, but when you're getting started, you just need to get students through the door. Even music studios offer specials or a free introductory lesson to inquiring students. Discover what works for you and your budget, and if you're not able to offer discounts or less expensive lessons, don't do it.
Make sure you advertise your new business. Once your website is up and running, start advertising. Connect your website to Yelp, Google Business, Facebook, Thumbtack, Take Lessons, and any other site you can find. Some of these options either require a financial commitment or offer ads for a purchase. Do your research and start with the free options like Yelp, Google Business, and Facebook. Try to get some glowing reviews on any of these sites, and potential students will start to contact you. For the more traditional route of advertising, make some flashy flyers and put them up in schools, churches, campuses, coffee shops, music stores, all around town. Make sure your flyer appeals to both students and parents by adding fun, colorful graphics and only adding the necessary information like your website, location, phone number, the age range in which you teach, and ability level.
Another free form of advertising is making connections. Try meeting and introducing yourself to other local musicians to get the 411 on the area. You may consider contacting the choir director at nearby schools and ask to be put on their private voice teacher list, as well as offering a masterclass for the choir so you can advertise your teaching abilities. You can also contact local theaters and schools to be put on their lists. Furthermore, the fuck? I'm not that fancy.
Furthermore,
you should also connect with your fellow voice teachers, and you may receive some students that they're unable to teach due to scheduling conflicts or price constraints. When my schedule gets full, I know that I have a couple of teachers that I refer students out to that have similar price ranges to mine, and we end up trading students that just don't fit in our schedules. Right now, I can only teach on Tuesdays and Saturdays, so students who need a lesson on a Monday, I definitely have a couple friends that I refer them out to. Making good connections like this is super important, both in teaching and performing. You never know how one business can help you further the other.
Before teaching your first student, make sure you have a contract in place. Even though your student will love coming to voice lessons, there will be instances where they may cancel 5 minutes before their lesson or sometimes not even show. Sometimes students may even forget to pay you. Your time and their time is very valuable, so contracts will keep you both happy and make sure all of that information is upfront. Most importantly, contracts will protect you and your business while making it appear more professional and legit. In your contract, be sure to include details about payment, cancellation policy, and rescheduling, along with anything else that is important to you. A great place to start, download our lesson contract template from our shop.
Depending on how busy you get and how organized you need to be, you may want to consider subscribing to a studio management program. For a monthly fee, studio management programs can help you schedule and invoice students, accept online payments, track income, note lesson progress, and parents and students can access it to keep track of everything. Another thing that you can do is track everything on Trello or in your own version of Notes app or in Google Forms. There are other programs available online, but do what works for you and your budget.
Consider registering your business as a sole proprietor, LLC, or corporation. If you're the only person in your company, a sole proprietorship is probably the best way to go. As a sole proprietor, you can start up pretty easily and quickly, but depending on your state, you may need to register, obtain a business license, or comply with permit laws. An LLC or corporation is better suited if you have employees or considering teaming up with other teachers to run your business. Whichever way you choose to register, be sure to keep track of your earnings and declare your taxes. Be sure to check out the show notes for some helpful links.
Lastly, and most importantly, have patience. It might take some time to get students, so stay positive and try different advertising methods to see what works best for you. Once you have your first couple of students, you'll find referrals are the best kind of advertisements, and students will be knocking down your door. I know I started teaching in 2015, and I had 3 students for 2 years before I moved to Boston, and all of a sudden my studio was 15 strong and still growing. So good luck with your new studio and happy teaching.
Thanks for joining us today on the podcast. If you are looking for some free resources, definitely check out our freebie vault. Those links are in the show notes below. We have a lot of great recipes, some helpful social media trackers, so many great resources. So definitely start there.
Don't forget to follow the show and us. All of those links are in the show notes. Another great way to support the podcast is by supporting us either on Anchor or through PayPal. We spend so much time working on this podcast, and even $1 will help. Your support is so greatly appreciated.
Another fun way you can support Modern Singer, as well as getting some fun singer-specific merch, is by checking out our shop. Alyssa designed so many great fun things. Check it out, and the links are in the show notes. The links are in the show notes below.
The links are in the snow notes.
The snow notes, yeah. Happy winter.
Oh my God, I hope it's not still winter when this goes live.
It'll be hot as hell here, so.
I know, I have to come back in August.
I'm excited to
Arizona August is not my favorite time.
No, it's chilly inside though, so just don't go outside.
You walk outside, and if you're wearing flip-flops, your shoe sticks to the ground, but your foot keeps going. The ground melts. That's why I left.
It does. It melts. It's hot, but it's really nice right now. Everyone's like freezing, and then basking.
It was 60 degrees here today. I had a great time, but also I only left my house once to go get my groceries.
Global warming.
Don't worry, it'll be 30 degrees tomorrow. Love that for me. But
Perfect.
Thank you so much, friends. We are so excited to be back next week talking even more about crossover. We'll see you then. Have a great week.
Bye.
We're already recording.
That's true. Called intro, done. Cut to intro music.
What is our intro song? It's like a banjo. Or
yeah. Yeah, it's got some banjos in there. It's cute. Doodly doodly doo. Wow. If that sound isn't us, that's, I don't know. So that I can take some time off.
Talking? Hold on, wait, what's Alexa saying? Alexa's telling me to reorganize my closet. What is that sound? Hold on.
There's so many ghost things happening in your apartment now.
No, it's my neighbors. It's not. I can't even blame ghosts. It's just my loud neighbors. What's happening?
Once that website is up and running, just make start.
Just make start.
Just make start. Go team.
Be sure to pick and buy an easy and memorable domain. Jesus fuck, why can't I read today? Oh, the dyslexia. Another free form of advertising is making connections. Try meeting and introducing yourself to other local musicians.
You're turning into me now.
I'm tired. Okay, I'm here. I'm awake and I'm ready and I'm not stressed. Okay. Great. Why is my neighbor so loud with his feet?
Oh my God, I can hear it.
Sit down.
Sit down. Hey everyone, I'm Ellen.
And my name's Alyssa. Damn it. Can we do it again?
Yeah. It's the like sign off. It's the Zoom wave, we're all used to.
It's like, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.